let's talk about Robert Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is a film director known for his cheesy writing and off-the-wall violence, and whose films probably single-handedly created Antonio Banderas' career, and kept Cheech Marin acting.
Try and be pussy for a penny! If you can find cheaper pussy anywhere, fuck it!
And what kind of world would this be without that?
He's also probably best known for introducing a slew of people to the grindhouse genre, which in and of itself is cheesy and hilariously violent. He also sold his body to science just to come up with the money to fund his first film, El Mariachi, which of course bred the Mexico trilogy. All these clips you've seen are credited to Rodriguez himself, which should give you a good idea on how crazy his movies are, if you haven't seen them.
So how did we get from that to Spy Kids?
In 2001, Rodriguez came out with a children's action movie about two kids who find out their parents are not only ridiculously attractive, but also spies. It's silly, it's fun, and came from the guy who did this. I mean, what?
I've never been able to wrap my head around this. It's such a jarring change in tone.
And of course there were sequels involved, the first of which I never saw, but I know had Steve Buscemi in it. So that's cool.
But the third one I did see. So have you ever heard of Yada Yada Yada?
Spy Kids 3D Game Over came out in 2003 and, like Rodriguez's other works, had himself at the helm of practically every development stage, even the music. So, say what you want about his movies, but it's pretty obvious he at least puts the effort into them.
And did I hear 3D in that title?
That's right, this movie came out in theaters fully equipped with mind-blowing 3D action. Of course, this was back when 3D movies were just a stupid gimmick. Oh wait, they still are.
Nevertheless, we'd be sorely missing out if we watched it in boring old 2D. So everybody, put on your 3D glasses now.
The movie starts with Junie doing work as a private investigator.
I know why the water from your park is missing.
Pray tell.
It's winter. They shut down the park during the winter.
Who's they?
The people who really own this park.
Turns out he quit being part of the OSS and is trying to live a normal life. But things just can't seem to go right for him, and he keeps getting harassed to come back to the agency.
Yeah, your family. It's good to take care of your family. But remember one thing. Everyone's your family.
That makes no sense.
I agree. Also, what's the point of this character being here?
I only ask because right after, George Clooney, the President of the United States, shows up and tells him that his sister is missing, bringing Junie right back into the action. So the reason she showed up, gave a speech about family, and helicoptered off is anyone's fucking guess. And I can't help but notice in this clip that the OSS building is pretty conspicuous, even though Clooney just stated a minute ago.
Well, I was running the country, but since the OSS is a secret organization, no one...
So you're telling me that this spy movie is supposed to be tongue-in-cheek? I can't make fun of this. Or can I?
Turns out Junie's sister Carmen was sent to shut down a virtual reality game that's been created by Sylvester Stallone, also known as the Toy Maker. But they lost contact with her in the virtual world, and now it's up to Junie to go in and find her, and yes, that is in fact Selma Hayek. Man, who in Hollywood doesn't owe Rodriguez a favor? So Junie is sent into the game.
Computer generated.
Shark still looks fake.
And check out all the 3D effects.
Oh. Whoa.
Junie runs into 3 beta testers who, despite their best efforts, just can't quite seem to come off as cool or hip.
One of the first allowed to roam free these coveted digital hills, my friend. How can I offer service? I'm Rez.
Good on them for trying, though, with the ridiculous lines they're given.
The testers send Junie into a trap that shoots him to the moon.
Won't be seeing him anymore.
And the OSS give Junie the option to pick any member of his family to be transported to the game and help him. How the fuck that works, who cares? Junie decides for some reason his best help in a video game would be his wheelchair-bound grandfather, played by Ricardo Montalban.
Pros, superior intellect. Cons, physically disabled.
No. I think you mean...
Who they just teleport into the game with no warning. Good thing he had nothing better to do. And as luck would have it, Grandpa actually has a personal vendetta against Stallone.
The toy maker is here?
You know him?
I've been hunting him down for 30 years, Junie.
He tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him.
And let's just pile on the crazy coincidences by having a power-up appear out of nowhere that gives Grandpa the use of his legs again. Only to have him randomly chase a butterfly.
Yes, he has increased intelligence.
Next on the Virtual Odyssey is a robot fighting arena, and whoa!
Whoa, man, it's like they're coming right at me. Whoa!
Junie is put into a shitty Jaeger and is forced to fight another robot controlled by another player, but gasp! It's a girl!
A girl? Playing video games? Yeah, right. I bet you in real life she's like a 20-something fat guy with a neck beard. Wait a minute.
Anyway, bring on the subpar CG. Junie wins the fight and gets sent back to Virtual Earth, where we cut to evil Stallone having what I assume is an internal crisis with himself.
Am I doing the right thing?
It's not about the right thing, it's about the smart thing. We won't escape this place otherwise.
I speak for all of us when I say, we want out! Yeah, and justifies the means.
As wacky as this bit is, I just can't help but noticing how comprehensible Stallone is.
This childish game will soon be over, and then the real game will begin.
It's almost like he's speaking English.
Junie comes across the beta testers again, who start to think he's the guy, a messiah-like character that can help them beat the game. Kinda like Lucas from The Wizard, without the criminal record. To see if Junie's the guy, they test his skills at a race. And just like playing video games with strangers in real life, they start acting like a bunch of fucking assholes.
But a foot!
Fortunately, Grandpa shows up again to help Junie out. Come with me, little boy, you're getting the brain insect. Of course, Junie wins the race, and everyone, including Racer X, Demetra, we've met her before, are pretty sure he's the guy and will help them all beat the game.
He might escape. We can't risk that.
Oh, Junie. I don't plan on letting him go anywhere.
Guy!
We'll talk about this later.
What? Grandpa disappeared! Must have found another butterfly.
If we all work together, we all win.
With my strength.
My brains.
My cool.
And my...
You already know the joke.
Next up, the Fellowship comes across the game programmers.
They've awoken the programmers.
What? Pull him out of there now.
Yeah, good read there, Oscar-nominated actress for her role in Frida.
Who are there to send everyone back to level 1 for having a game cheat.
What's this?
A map to the game?
This is illegal.
But wait, I thought the edgelord said...
Implementation of any form of hack code or cheat boost will trigger an immediate game over and permanent evac from the game.
Play by your own rules, Rodriguez. Stallone. Toy maker.
But this all just leads to nerd shaming.
Let's see what you really look like, huh? Very unimpressive.
Yeah, they have glasses and wear button-up shirts. What a bunch of fucking assholes.
Computer nerds.
Nerd!
Junie comes across the health pack, but decides to give it to Demetra.
Does he know what that's worth?
Of course he does.
I owed you from the robot arena.
Yeah, I owe you for defending myself so I could find my captive sister. Whatever.
Nah, whatever, Junie. White Knight it up. I mean, she is a girl gamer after all.
She's clearly out of her element and needs your protection.
It's not like this is gonna bite you in the ass later. Wink.
Oh, and now it's time for one of the beta testers to give us a sappy backstory.
Well, actually, I got in on a beta tester's visa. I'm here for the great prize behind level 5. It'll save my family from poverty.
It's almost as if this is leading to something dramatic.
Oh, and well, look at that. Junie is forced to fight Arnold to the death.
I mean, couldn't we have had Arnold's motivations be brought up at any other point than right before it adds to the conflict? It seems pretty hackneyed.
It's like if in Saving Private Ryan, any characters that were about to die gave their life story right before it happened.
I can't. She reminds me of my niece, sir.
If she came home early, just talk to me.
Huh.
And also, half a life, really? It's like a 5-year-old is making this game up as he goes. Arnold has Junie on the ropes, but Demetra tags in for him and basically sacrifices herself so everyone who matters can have their happy ending.
Fatality.
Remember when Junie gave Demetra that super rare health item? Yeah, kind of a dick move for her to throw that away and not even try to benefit from it.
And that's why you don't play healers in video games.
Demetra, game over.
Holy shit, pre-Hunger Games death announcements. And we're back to Stallone monologuing with himself. No, guys, monologuing, as in talking to himself. He's not... Come on, guys, this is a kid's movie.
So tell me, what is the real answer? Please. I'm so curious.
Yeah, so back to this whole Stallone's acting thing. It turns out Stallone won a Razzie for his performance in this movie. And, I don't know, that just really bugs me.
Yeah, way to grab at low-hanging fruit. Stallone's a bad actor. Let's pick on him for being in a kid's movie. I mean, at least you can tell what he's saying.
Drop your weapon. These plugs are under arrest.
And consider this. Is it really Stallone's acting that's bad? Or is it the writing?
Well, once again, you're all correct. And once again, you're all incorrect.
Not even Kenneth Branagh can make that line work.
And it certainly tops.
For a kid that doesn't know how to fight, you sure know how to fight.
For a line that doesn't sound really stupid, that line sounded really stupid.
Anyway, Junie's sister gets released from Stallone prison and sent back into the game. The gang meets up with her and they continue their quest.
Junie, the toy maker's the guy who put Grandpa in the wheelchair 30 years ago.
I can hear you, you know. I'm only a few feet away. Hilariously, they end up going the wrong way, so the toy maker sends in minions to chase them in the right direction.
Send in the Tinker toys.
Tinker toys? I remember those. They're kind of like Legos, but made of wood and smelled kind of funny.
Oh, those aren't Tinker toys. To get away from the Kinect's lawsuit, everybody hops on a rock and starts lava surfing. Yeah, somehow still looks more real in Conker's Bad Fur Day. Everyone ends up stuck in a cave with no way out but a door that won't seem to open. It's here Carmen drops the ball and explains their real mission to shut the game down.
The toy maker will take over their minds. That's why we have to shut down the game. Shh, Carmen!
Which the beta testers don't take too kindly to.
I'm the guy!
Stop saying you're the guy. We all know that you're not the guy.
Oh! Oh, really?
So now what, guy? Guy! Okay. So you're the guy.
Who's your best player?
Things are about to come to blows when...
He's not the guy. I am.
He's like an angel.
If we join together in battle as one, We play on each other's strengths and help cover each other's weaknesses. We can accomplish anything. And we will accomplish everything.
I really don't need to comment on this. Just watch.
Cake.
Oh my.
Oops.
There is something magical about pointless cameos, and this one has got to be one of the best. It's just so good! The build-up, the Elijah Wood cameo, the cheesy speech, and then just BAM!
I'm gonna need a moment.
Demetra shows back up to tell everyone she's found a switch that turns off the game, and a portal that will let them all escape. And she found the cure for cancer, and baked everyone a cake. Yeah, it turns out she was a trap made by the toy maker this whole time. But Shazam! Grandpa finds the real way out of the game, and the switch to shut it all down. So everybody gets the hell out of there before the rejected Gorillaz music video catches up with them. And Demetra, after shedding a single artificial tear, helps them all escape. So, despite being a trap, she actually did know where the exit to the game was. They could have just all left. Why did Stallone lead them to the exit just to attempt to trap them? Man, this movie's so much better when it's self-aware. So everybody's out of the game and safe, and we get this hilarious little bit where we meet the real-life beta testers.
Hey, wait a second. What happened to Francis the Brain? Arnold the Strong and Mr. Cool?
Well, in the real world, I'm not that smart.
Yeah, smart people don't wear poor-fitting leather jackets.
I'm not strong.
Yes, you are in fact wearing glasses. Something strong people never do.
I'm not cool.
And you, well, I mean, cool is subjective, but let's just settle with you were never cool.
The elementary school level stereotyping is baffling, but I'm only complaining because they really missed the opportunity of revealing that these kids were just balding man-children in real life. So of course Grandpa, still rubbing his revenge boner, not only shut down the game but released the toy maker so he can be stopped once and for all. With his newfound freedom, the toy maker unleashes his giant robot monkey army onto the world, leading Judy and Carmen to call in more cameos.
Mr. Cortez, your children called. Some sort of emergency?
Well, that was unnecessary. Yeah, their uncle is Machete.
He's good.
A real gentleman.
He's bad. You want me to help you kill all these men?
Yes, Padre.
I'll see what I can do. And it's gonna get ugly.
Come lay with me.
Yes, that Machete. Surprised he didn't show up covered in entrails with a machine gun in one hand, a topless stripper in the other.
Let's see, we also have Alan Cummings and his army of robot children. Donnie rides in on his flying pig. Cowboy Bill Paxton.
Game over for you, pal! Game over!
Oh good, the movie's making the jokes for me.
Grandpa finally gets his showdown with Stallone, which just boils down to a Bond villain speech. Being given by the hero?
Let me tell you all the things I've missed in my life because of the accident you caused. I can't walk on the beach with my wife. I missed my daughter's birth and wedding.
What, did the hospital and church not have wheelchair access?
But after all this, Grandpa really just wanted to tell the toy maker that he forgives him for what he's done. Something the toy maker only dreamed he would say. Oh, that's the actual line.
I've only dreamed I would hear you say something like that.
Well, isn't that nice? Such a wholesome, family-friendly message. By the man that brought you half-naked chick with a machine gun for a leg, the movie.
No, I will not let go of how much of a tonal whiplash this all is. But maybe it's not that crazy.
All of Rodriguez's films are pretty silly at the gooey center of it all. I guess the real difference is who the target audience is.
And who am I to judge the man who brought us a titty twister for using his style of filmmaking for kids as well? He's just one of the few that's actually bothered to play both markets, I guess.
And in many ways, that actually works to his benefit. Kids' movies nowadays tend to rely on throwing in references only adults will get as a means to entertain them just as well as the kids. And what better way to pull that off than to have a director who's famous for making primarily mature films? I think it works, for the most part.
And I'm really starting to speculate if this whole 3D thing was just another one of Rodriguez's nods to old 70s and 80s style camp. Definitely seems plausible. Hell, the next step would be to make a movie in smell-o-vision.
Which he did with the next sequel, where Ricky Gervais plays a talking dog.
Not the sort of thing you'd miss, is it really? A small, handsome dog talking?
I don't know what's worse. Gervais as a talking dog? Or the fact that I'm okay with this? Huh. I think I've been doing this for too long. Well, this has been Have You Ever Heard Of, and I didn't write a joke for the outro. Bye.